All right, let's go ahead and start looking at this, and let's look at an example here that I want to go over with you guys, talking a little bit about addressing some of the feedback. Now, this belonged to a previous student who um, I've redacted most of their information in an attempt to make sure we preserve their identity. But I just want to kind of go over some of the comments. A lot of the kind of comments you'll see are things like this. This is what this little red here. This means I've enacted something involving track changes. Typically, the best way to get rid of one of these, something like this, would be to say, first of all, you'll notice that here in my document, I have turned off track changes, and that is important. But I'm just going to simply right-click on this, accept the change, okay? Typically, that does that for you, and if I come over to this little arrow, sometimes what it means is I'll have to just, it's going to do all this fun stuff. If I just simply erase the stuff that I changed and retype it, usually takes care of it. So you'll notice that the red arrow right here, little line is gone, comment is gone here. So I'm going to scroll through here. You'll see that I've made other comments here. This one's a positive one. I did like their actually the way they did their hook. I thought it was good, so I commented on that. Then scrolling along here, you'll come to this one here. You'll notice that there's not a specific change out beside this, but what this is trying to tell you, at least is what it should be showing here. Yeah, you'll see I deleted something right here, the comma. So I can go back, remove that, and then obviously right-click this here, accept change, and that should take care of it. So sometimes you will need to go back in and retype things like I did here. You'll also want to make sure that you either accept the comment or accept the changes or delete it. So here's another example here where I have deleted something, and so I'll accept the change, and of course I have to go back in there, type it, boom, take care of that right there. You'll see that I made some changes here. This one I've specifically suggested that this person go back, reconsider the dialogue information, chapter 37 PowerPoint. Once you've kind of accepted that information, you know what you need to do, you can simply delete the comment itself. Here's an example of me moving a period around. I'm going to accept the change, go back in here real quickly, put the period, put that, there we go, that's taken the thing, probably should put a colon there. And here's another example of me removing the comma, accept the change, and you'll notice that both the red line over here and the comment go away. So eventually, once I've done all this, and here's another example of me providing information about things I want them to change. So obviously they should address this. Here's another format change. Most of the time you simply just accept it. This one, sometimes, if the line stays here, that may mean there's some sort of piece of information, and I don't see anything specifically. I don't know why that line is staying there. Most of the time it resolves itself, but sometimes it could indicate that there's some sort of period or comma or something that needs to be addressed. Going down here, yeah, I try to have all posts of similar links, so this I can just delete this one once I've addressed that issue. And obviously the other thing I forgot to mention to this person is these should be all indented. So it should have something like this, because if you remember, every new speaker, we start out with a new line of text. All right. So there's one going through here. Here's another example. Accept the change. Like I said, the line doesn't go away. It just means that there may be something physically you need to address. There's that. And I wanted to see a bit more. Now, what's ultimately going to happen here is you'll notice the paper, we have no more gray bar over here. We just have the clean draft of the paper again. All right, this is where you want to have it when you resubmit it for turning in. So make sure you turn off the track changes, go through. A lot of what you're going to have to do will involve deleting comments, accepting track changes, making sure that you've turned off track changes, and then making sure that anything that I track change in here, you may want to go back and typically retype to sort of make the little line over here. But it should look like this when the time comes to have it done completely and ready for resubmission, say in a final draft.